Hey everyone, thanks for joining this week's Horoscope. This is a space where I feel like I can really intentionally share some wisdom codes for collective liberation, for helping people see things from another perspective. And maybe from that perspective, you can find what's true for you. And then I guess the next step of that is what do you want to do with this newfound perspective? And really, all the work that I do within my own practice is helping others find clarity and balance. And whether that is in the body, physically, or psychically. So, if you want to deepen into your path and work with some tools that I've worked with for many years, I'd love for you to check those out via the link in my bio, especially our winter solstice ceremony that's happening this Sunday. Okay, let's get started. There is a lot happening where I am here in New Jersey, but also all around the world. There are a lot of opinions and lots of people jumping the gun before we have the full picture about things. So, very Mercury retrograde energy. I feel like a lot of us have a cautious optimism about the world right now because this year has been such a roller coaster full of really high highs, really low lows. So as I reflect on my year, I think about why life brought me back to, somewhere I see as my second hometown, here in New Jersey. Why maybe I had to leave my friends in San Diego, but I'm realizing that I guess I kind of see myself sometimes as a traveling nurse that goes to different places in the world to do something, to meet someone, or make something better. It's just, I guess, a part of my mission this lifetime to be, I guess I'm a spiritual nomad in this way, but I definitely feel really rooted at the moment here in New Jersey. But it makes me think about all of the movement that's been happening on the East Coast recently and maybe my potential role within it all or how I can help. We've had a lot of people here slamming the government recently because no one wants to tell New Jersey residents what all of these various drones that have been flying around their houses every day for the past few weeks, what are they? I think we can all assume that maybe it's related to surveillance, but of what? Of us, of something else. There's also been a lot of videos of these mysterious orbs that keep popping up, and people I think are realizing that they're intelligent. They're starting to communicate with them, and then these orbs will react to what they're saying. And we even got a video recently of a drone flying into one of these orbs, and then the drone just kind of malfunctioning and crashing after that. So when I was seeing these videos, for some reason it reminded me of the angelic beings that look like wheels that Ezekiel in the Bible saw, called Ophanim. And as I was scrolling and watching this video, I was thinking about this, and then I saw someone make the exact same connection right after I thought about that. So I felt like that was kind of interesting. So because of this, it makes me kind of think about when in history did we have spiritual beings or extraterrestrials showing themselves in very loud ways like this. We have in 1945, after the detonation of the first nuclear bomb, and also various times after that when humanity wanted to continue to use nuclear missiles to fight wars. We also have times of heightened sightings during misuse of technological advancements. And I also remember a New York Times article coming out talking about how during COVID, a lot more people were experiencing their own sightings. So it seems like these cosmic allies, whether you want to call them angels or ETs, they kind of show up as a signal that something is up, that something may not be morally sound. And I think overall they're here to help us wake up to something. Maybe it's our own power and divinity, I guess only time will tell what happens. And I guess I'm saying all of this as a person who has also had like a handful of very real ET experiences, and only ones, I guess, like not only ones like by myself, but like also with like other people. So it definitely does like make sense that there would be they would be here. You know, we have like a class war happening between billionaires and everyone else. We're having issues with housing and healthcare and education, the supply chain and the economy. While many of us are just trying to protect our mental health and make ends meet for ourselves and our family. So overall, like a bunch of like human rights issues here in the US happening right now. I'm so curious though, like why all of this on the East Coast? Why did Luigi do what he did here? I heard recently that if Trump imposes his tariff plan on Canadian goods, Canada is thinking about pulling their energy exports to the US. And the East Coast relies heavily on Canada's energy exports. So if this happens, could we possibly experience power outages? I'm not sure. But it makes me think about Google's new quantum chip and AI in general, and how much energy these technologies need. Is it all worth it? Are all of our resources actually going into technology so that it can help us find a better way to teach us how to evolve without ruining the planet? I guess time will only tell there as well. Interesting enough, we are arriving to the winter solstice this weekend, which is the darkest day of the year. It's when we are asked to sit with our shadow, to reflect and make amends. It's also a symbol for the divine promise, meaning that yes, it's the darkest day of the year, but it's also a turning point. The sun and the light start to kind of like take over again. It's the promise that it's always darkest before the dawn, if you've heard of that saying before, and also that we will exit the cave and experience joy again. So I share all of this to kind of set the stage to help us orient to our reality and what's going on before we deepen into the divination of this week. So let's get started with the cards we got for this week. So to begin, the door we're moving through, and also what our guides are asking for us to deepen into, is Neptune. For me, this is saying lean on your spiritual practices this week. Try to be more open-minded. There's also a possibility of some kind of awakening or aha moment, or some kind of like a realization that the world is bigger than just you. And also like the prompt of like letting life guide you this week and just flowing and casting your spells, I guess, if you'd like, if that is part of your practice. Because the energy of this week is related to silver, which gives us a similar message of like seeing how we're connected to this big web of what's happening in the world. It's trying to show us what we haven't been seeing. Maybe this is around someone reflecting something to you. Maybe this person or thing is wanting to show you what wants to be healed or looked at within yourself. Because what we're being asked to put down this week is vinegar, meaning we can reflect on our past, we can sit with our shadow this week, but we don't have to like wallow in what we could have done better this year. We're being asked to kind of pick ourselves up and keep moving forward because life has to continue. Lastly, let's move into what the Akashic Records want to share with us this week. So what I'm feeling right off the bat here is the feeling of like transitioning from like one way of interacting and seeing our reality and like moving into another. And I believe that's also why there is maybe like more assistance on the planet right now, why things are changing really, really quickly. For example, on December 24th, Pope Francis is going to open like these 5 holy doors in Vatican City. It sounds kind of like mystical, and I don't really know why, but it's kind of part of some kind of ritual that he's doing for some kind of reason. I believe that this is also like a metaphor for more spiritual assistance, maybe entering our realm, maybe through these doors, or maybe just like the mark of a new beginning, of karmic clearing, and of the slate being cleaned. We're also being asked to lean more on our movement practices this week to help the body warm in order to continue to move stagnant energies. When the body is cold, it's very stagnant. Things aren't moving, circulation is a lot slower. And we're being asked to also remember, like, to lean on water. As water helps us flush things out, it also helps with moving those stagnant energies. We're being asked to forgive those around us, to sit with what's uncomfortable, what you may not maybe want to look at this week. Maybe that's in relation to our family and our friends. But we're really being asked to support those community spaces of our friends, our family, where we spend a lot of time, and really helping those people and those places, those businesses, move through their own darkness this week, because we really want to kind of like express ourselves more this week and make sure we're not making ourselves feel small for whatever reason. Maybe because you want to make others feel more comfortable. There's also the message here of it kind of being okay to start over, because we're building new foundations for the future. So trust that support is here to help steward your visions, no matter what's happening on the planet. Remember your body, and as always, try to come back to nature. So that was a lot. That was a juicy one this week. A lot is being asked of us, and we're being asked to be strong in our own ways, to rest when we need to find balance, and to support others. And overall, I hope this was helpful to you. The intention here really is just to offer guidance and knowledge. If you'd like to receive one-on-one support, you can always find all of my offerings via the link in my bio. But I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for joining, and have a great rest of your week. See ya.